Hello everyone, Shroomraver here, and today I finally have for you my Week 7 battle from Season 3 Division 1 of the Pokemon Premier League. Yes indeed, I know it's been such a long time in sort of coming. I've been massively delayed once again, you know, just as I sort of started to get back on track with everything on YouTube. Stuff got in the way once again and I was right back to square one where I started. So yeah, things have been quite badly delayed. But, you know, here we are, with, as I say, the Week 7 match against Jack, aka the Donphanatic, and Norwich Skitty. This is always going to be a bit of a grudge match, you know. I destroyed him Season 1, he firmly beat me in Season 2. So now this is kind of the best of 3 scenario going on here, and it's a win that I really needed. You know, sitting at 2-4, Jack I think was he 4-2 I think. So yeah, big game. Now, if you want to see a sort of full team builder for my team, if you missed that link will be down in the description below. Make sure you check that out. You'll be able to see the full sort of set of mons that I brought, all the sets, the spreads, the movesets, everything you need to know, and my thought process going into this game. But very quickly, I have got Latias, Weezing, Blaziken, Sylveon, Crocodile, and Jellicent on my side. Now, Jack, he has decided to bring just the threats and the bulk. Very standard, you know. He's got Nidoking, Donphanatic, the Mega Latios, the Gastrodon, Skarmory, and Florges. So a few things that I was expecting. And, you know, this team, as soon as I saw it, it kind of just put dread into me. Because, you know, Nidoking is super scary. It can hit everything, like, at all. Dom just does hit everything at all. It doesn't care about resistances. That Mega Lati is scaring me. I'll come back to the next one. Skarm Florges core, very much expected. You know, it's a very difficult one to break. Gastrodon. And as soon as I saw Gastrodon, I started getting flashbacks to Season 1 against Sly. Because now, much like then, I looked at Gastrodon and realised I have nothing to hit it. Literally nothing. The best thing I have is Toxic Store with Jellicent, and he will probably have Toxic on the Gastrodon because it's a Gastrodon and I have the Jellicent. So that was just... I had no grass coverage on this team. Once again, I just massively overlooked a defensive mon. And then I looked across and saw, hang on a minute, I don't have anything for Florges either. You know, I've got a Weezing who will probably lose 1v1, you know. The idea that he wouldn't be packing a Psychic type move and enough bulk to take on a defensive Weezing that he knew I'd bring because he has a Dharm is laughable. You know, that's a matchup he'll win 1v1. The only other move I have is Iron Tail on Crook, who is weak to its stab. So, as soon as I looked at the team, I was feeling like I was on the back foot already. But, we never say die in this league. We fight every game to the last, even if it looks like we can't win. So, that's pretty much me going to be going over the team for now. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the battle and see how things played out. So, Shorty, Jack, he's issuing his challenge. I'm going to lead with Redmond, my Scarf Latias, as he's going to lead with the Florges, you know, and how I've led just screams Scarf. Now, I can't stay in on this, not at all, not even a little bit. I'm going to make my supposedly safe switch. I'm going to go into my Weezing, but Jack reads me like a book. He stays in and goes for Psychic and does big damage to me. Now, I can take another one. And I'm pretty much certain he doesn't want to stay in with this guy. He's going to want to preserve it. But he doesn't. He just stays in and goes for Psychic, and I was a bit mad there. Because I've gone for Flamethrower here, expecting the Skarm to come in. But once again, Jack has got the read on me instantly. And I'm very much on the back foot. Now, that of course does absolutely nothing to this Florges. It doesn't really tell me all that much about it either. All I know is that after leftovers, I mean, obviously he's going to take me out. And I can't stay in here. So, what I'm going to do is go into the next best thing I have to take a hit from this guy, and that is going to be my Sylveon. So, going to go into Sylveon as in comes the Psychic once again. Now this time it's unstabbed, but I have massive natural special bug and I absolutely tank there. Now, At this point, I'm fairly certain he is not going to want to stay in here, he's going to want to switch out. He in fact reveals Protect, which was very interesting. But on the prediction, I actually just went for a Baton Pass to try and get some kind of initiative going. But the problem is, I don't really have anyone to go into. So I kind of have to take a calculated risk and go into my Crocodile, and hope to threaten him out, or, you know, maybe hope that he isn't physically defensive and he can't take this hit. Now, he's going to get his leftovers back, he is at full. I'm pretty certain I can't take him out, I have to try and bluff like a Choice Banded Irontail here. Now, in fact, he luckily switches out, forgetting that I get Irontail, and he goes into the brilliantly named Fidel Gastro, the Gastrodon, as I go for Irontail, and I miss. Now, this doesn't matter, it was going to do nothing. But it's annoying, you know, it's just annoying. So, I'm going to switch out there, I'm going to make the obvious switch and go into my Jellicent as he goes for the Toxic. So once again, he just got this read on me and he's not allowing me to get any momentum here. The one time I managed to, it all instantly went to hell because of the whole matchup and the fact that he can bring Gastrodon. So I don't want to take up too much of the Toxic damage, and I think he's going to predict the Giga Drain. So, I'm going to go into my Weezing right about now, as he is going to pull a switch of his own, indeed predicting that Giga Drain. He, unfortunately, is going to go into this Florges again. I was rather hoping he wouldn't. I actually thought he might bring in Dom to make the offensive switch. But now we've got this matchup once again that I don't want to be a part of. So I'm going to get the hell on out of there, and I'm going to go back into my Sylveon, who, as we've seen, can take a hit really nicely from this guy. He is going to go for the Psychic, and it's going to land, and it's going to do nothing, and it is in fact going to get the special defense drop, which is desperately annoying. But here, he's going to switch it up and go for Stab, because I can just take these hits, go for Wish, and get myself back up to good health. But he gets the special attack drop as well, and I'm just like, nah, not about this. This is deeply annoying. He's clearly gen this to have Serene Grace. So I'm just like, nope, get on out of there, pass a Wish into anything else, anything at all. So I'm going to go into my Jellicent, he's going to go for a Moonblast. Now I know full well I can take this hit incredibly well, and I do, and he gets a third stat drop in a row, and I was really annoyed. These stat drops don't matter, but it's just they're getting to me, they're getting under my skin, and it's making you really annoyed. Now at this point he is just going to go for a Protect of his own, very nicely scouting. He hasn't seen Toxic, but he's seen me make a double against Gastrodon, so I still might have it, and as you can see there, I do. So now I've revealed Toxic, and he is going to make a switch. I'm not going to go for the Toxic again because he has a Skarmory. Now as it is, he's going to make the really offensive play and go into his Latias, as I just go for a Scald this time. Now this is going to do nothing. He's clearly bulky. It wouldn't have done anything if he wasn't. I'm taking Toxic damage. I don't want to take Toxic damage. So what I'm going to do is go out into my Weezing just to try and sack it off to this guy. And try and get a clean switch into Lati or Crook to try and revenge it. So he's going to Mega up, and as I say, I'm sacking off my Weezing, but he goes for Calm Mind, and I'm just like, come on. Now we are in trouble. Now we are in dangerous territory, because I cannot do anything to this thing. What I believe I'm going to do is go for a sort of desperate Taunt, I think. It doesn't matter. He's actually backing Stored Power, which is pretty cool. Not a move you see every day, but he's sitting as a Calm Mind boosting Mega Latios, sorry. And Stored Power takes me out from there. Now here, I misplay. I shouldn't have done this. I just go straight into Redmond. I know that this Draco does not take out a +1, clearly bulky Mega Latios. But I do it anyway. It just doesn't do enough damage. And Jack, knowing that I'm going to go for it and get a special attack drop, he just goes for Recover. And now I'm in a hugely bad situation, because now I'm at the point where I have to choose something else to sack off, because I can't stay in here. So what I'm going to do, switch on out, and I'm going to go into my Sylveon here. It's at 2 lower health to be able to wish at anything. It can't do anything right now. It's done. So he's going to go for another Calm Mind, and now I'm really not in a good place. He's at a +2 Calm Minding Mega Lati, and he's just going to go for Stored Power, and he is clearly going to take out my Sylveon from there. There's no chance of me living this hit. So unfortunately Sylveon goes down, we're off to a terrible start, and now, a few turns too late, I do what I should have done before and gone into Crook. Because clearly he's not invested in speed, he's clearly a bulky set, probably max HP, max defense. I go for Crunch here. I outspeed, and we go for Crunch, and as you can see, it just barely misses out on the KO as he reveals his 4th move. That's going to be Ice Beam. So, you know, if I'd have bought my Sizzle, I would have been quids in, but unfortunately, down goes Crook, and we're 6-3, I think, at this point. What I can do is bring in Redmond, and finally, I'm going to be able to go for an attack, any attack, to take out the Mega Lati. And ladies and gentlemen, stop the goddamn press, because you just saw Latias get a kill.
Finally!
So, you know, my happiness is short-lived, because in comes Fidel Gastro here. I can't touch this guy. And he's going to bring it in and then make a very, very nice switch, predicting my switch out into his Nidoking. But I am not playing ball. I stay in and I go for Psyshock. Now, to this day, I don't know why I did this. I was kind of playing on tilt, but it works out for me. I get massive damage on the Nidoking. Jack making a double, predicting me to switch out, which I probably should have done. But anyway, he now goes into the Mon that he can easily go into on my Lati, and that is going to be his Lashana, the Florges. I go for Psyshock, it does nothing. It's like a 5-hit KO from that range. Either way, I can't stay in here. I kind of want to keep my Scarfer around, you know. So I'm going to switch out of there, and I'm going to go into Bladoop, the Jellicent, and this once again is kind of a fodder job. Now he's going to go for a Wish here, which is unfortunate because he has Recovery. But it also means he doesn't have Heal Bell. So what I can possibly do is try and get a Toxic off on this thing. But I see this as an opportunity that he's going to try and pass a Wish. I'm getting ahead of myself. He might see me going for Toxic here and going to his Nidoking to get a free switch, get the Wish back, and, you know, be a Nidoking at health. I see that coming. I am here actually just going to go for the Scald to take out the Nidoking. Now this was a fine play for Jack. It was probably his best. He doesn't need Nidoking at this point, so if he gets the Wish, good for him, all the better. If he doesn't, it doesn't matter. He gets a free switch into a Mon of his choosing. And as you can see, that's going to be this guy, Darmanitan. And now I'm just like, where's my switch? And I don't have one. He's going to go for Flare Blitz, and as you can see, that is going to decimate me from there. Now, Jellicent was my switch into Dom. Spoiler alert, it wasn't my switch into Dom. He's Adamant Banded Darmanitan. If he wasn't, I actually might have lived that here. But he's Adamant Banned, and I was like, this isn't good. Now, this is why I did have to keep my Lati around. I do outspeed him. He very clearly knows I'm Scarfed. But I can't really lock into to Draco. I choose to go for Psyshock here, thinking that it might be the Florges coming in. If I'd gone for Thunderbolt, I would have been in a bit of a better position. But I do a little bit of chip damage to the Skarm, nowhere near enough to, you know, be worthy of mention. So I unfortunately only have 2 Mons left at this point, and those are this guy and Blaziken. So I stay in here predicting him to go for a Brave Bird. Turns out he has Drill Peck, not wanting to jeopardise his Sturdy, clearly. So I'm going to try and play mind games in order to try and get my Blaziken in. Now here is where I'm going to pull the switch, realising that he's probably not going to go for a Drill Peck again. I go into Blaziken, and as you can see, he doesn't go for the Drill Peck. He actually goes for the Roost, which, you know, isn't much better, because I still kind of need Blaziken a little bit, and he's at Sturdy, so I can't go for an attack. So what I'm going to do is pull a switch, knowing that the Drill Peck is coming my way. I'm going to go back into my Latias, as he does indeed go for that Drill Peck, and this is the point where I'm going to be able to lock in on Thunderbolt. Now, obviously, Jack can take this. He's at Sturdy. He won't be brought down to it anyway. He is especially defensive therein. We do some nice damage. He is going to go for the Drill Peck. It's not going to take us out, but it's going to leave us at very low health. Now, at this point, he really loses nothing by going for Drill Pecks. But, in fact, what he's going to do is pull a switch, and he's going to go into his Gastrodon, who can pretty much deal with the rest of my team, to be honest. Like, I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt. He knows it's coming. And here, I have to switch out. I'm locked into Thunderbolt. So I have to go into Blaziken. Now, this is a Gastrodon. I do have some HP investment. I'm going to live a hit. As you can see, he's going to go for the Scald. And it's going to do big damage, but not enough to take me out. I do pop my Citrus Berry, which is irrelevant. It's all rather pointless at this point. You can see which way the wind is blowing. I have nothing to hit this guy. My best move is Earthquake. I don't even have High Jump Kick. So that does, you know, it nearly does damage. The Gastrodon is going to be able to go for Scald here and take out Blaziken. So unfortunately, Shamo goes down without doing too much this game. And all I have left is a choiced Lati, who can't lock into any move. Draco won't affect Florges. Thunderbolt won't affect this guy. Psyshock will do nothing to anyone. I go for Draco and I miss. And he's going to go for Ice Beam and take me out. That miss doesn't matter, it's just salt in the wound. So, yeah, down goes my Latias. Gastro picking up the final 2 kills. And that is going to be the game. So, what do I even say about this one? This was Slyro and Necro from last season just all rolled into one. I built very badly for this game. I highly under-prepped and underestimated his defensive mons. Florges and Gastrodon were problematic. Skarmory, ironically enough, wouldn't have been problematic were it not for the fact that I could never get it in. I could pause. I could never force his Skarmory to come in on me to the point where I could do enough damage to it. And yeah, it was just left to the fact that he had Gastrodon and Florges sitting around after Mega Latios had just mopped up half my team at the beginning. I played badly around that as well. I could have preserved Jellicent to the very least, or rather Sylveon. But, you know, just a bad game for me. Bad game on my part. I didn't match up too well, but that's not an excuse. You know, this is league play. Unfavourable matchups can be overturned. We've seen it happen before. So yeah, that's no excuse. I prepped badly, I built badly, I played a bit badly in certain cases. For the most part, it wasn't that I played badly, I think, it was just that Jack never afforded me the chance to gain any offensive momentum. He always had the upper hand from the very first turn, and you know, he did get hacks against me. Now, those didn't matter. You know, an Iron Tail miss on a Gastrodon, a Draco miss also on a Gastrodon. Were you Bright Powder Jack? Tell me your secrets. You know, those misses didn't matter, and generally in the long run, the stat drops didn't matter either. What they did was they just really got under my skin. They got to me, and they affected me in that way. It didn't affect the outcome of the game, but it affected me. And you know, I started, you know, just making throwaway plays that I probably shouldn't have done. You know, going into my Latias on his Mega Latios, I knew it wouldn't kill with the Draco. I should have gone straight into Crook, but I didn't, and you pay the price for these kind of things. But, you know, Jack, once again, he's built a very good team, he's played a very good game. One of the most improved players since the PPL started, you know. I'll take my hat off to him, you know, can't say fairer than that. He deserved the win this week. He's playing very well this season, and he's deserved to be where he is right now, which is towards the top of the table. As for us, we are not towards the top of the table. We are towards the very bottom of the table, which is not good enough. We are currently 2-5. If we lose one more game, we are guaranteed to have a negative win-loss ratio for the end of the season. This cannot happen. We're former champions, for God's sake. We can't end the season with more losses than wins. It's unacceptable, and we have to deal with it. I'm in dangerous territory of getting towards heel status and turning into a Raikou. This is terrible. If I do that, I'll definitely get relegated. Shots fired. I'm getting off track. The point is, PSG are 2-5, and we need wins now. We just need wins however we can get them. Now, next week is going to be important for both myself and my opponent. Neither of us are doing particularly well this season, so we both need wins, and that opponent is none other than Liam, aka the one and only Unlawful Exile, an icon of the YouTube PokeTubing scene, a legend, and someone I'm very excited to battle. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be a good challenge. He's got a good team, but you know, the bottom line is we need to win, and we will win. We definitely will. We can beat Liam. He's got a very beatable team. It's dangerous, but it's beatable, and we are going to win. So keep supporting Parasect Germain, guys. We're not going for the top, but we're going to survive. Just keep supporting us, guys. Your support for PSG has been greatly appreciated. I love that you turn out to watch the games and give your support in the comments every time, so thank you ever so much. But I'm rambling on, and I've gone on for far too long. Links in the description, before I forget, to the PPL, Twitter and YouTube, to Jack the Donphanatic. Make sure you check him out. Aside from being a rival of mine in both Smack Talk and battling, he's a very good friend, so do check him out. He made this league, so, you know, give him your love. Go to his channel, watch his videos, and tell him I sent you, and that next season I'll beat him. Links also in the description, of course, to Titos, who made the thumbnails for us all, or the thumbnail templates for us all this season. Shout out to him, a very talented GFX artist he is. But yeah, I am going to get out of here this time. So my final thank you to you all for watching, and I guess with that, I will see you next time. Laters.